Hi, this is Martin from Arcanum Vita. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good week. Yeah, happy Halloween. Today's Halloween. In the Northern Hemisphere particularly, the calendar always, recognises it as the 31st of October, but if you look at the, seasonal cycle of things, I guess, for us in the Southern Hemisphere here, it'd be actually Beltane. Halloween is, where the veil is the thinnest, and basically it's where literally the sun starts to lose dominance in the day, and night starts to become quite a bit longer, and it's more of a quieter inward time, whereas in the Southern Hemisphere we've got basically the sun's now starting to enter the peak of its expression. So traditionally Beltane is a time of celebration and rejoicing for vitality and the uplifting of the season, and basically the full expression of the sun. So it's kind of a mixed bag in a way. Like, even though the sun for us in the Southern Hemisphere, the sun's in Scorpio, which brings a sort of a darker, deeper, more transformative energy, which would be associated with Halloween in that sort of darker underworld type tone. But in a way too, with the increased vitality of the sun and the height of the season, with this Scorpio energy, it's very much a time of regeneration and bringing up that surge of life force and transforming our lives in a lot of ways. So it's a very powerful Beltane for us here in the Southern Hemisphere. So I hope you have a great weekend with that energy and enjoy Beltane. So speaking, it's interesting, this year we've got right on Beltane and Halloween, there's the full moon. It's not only just the full moon, it's actually a blue moon, so it's the second full moon we've had in a month. So that brings a great deal of intensity, again, sort of re-expressing or refocusing the same sort of solar energy for the second time around. So being in Libra, the sun being in Libra at the initiation of the cycle, it again draws focus to relationships, but now it's in Scorpio, it's transforming relationships and empowering ourselves in relationships and that type of thing. It's a fairly, I guess, liberating new moon. So, like, if you look at the story of this cycle, the way I see it is it brings a great deal of focus and test around our relationships and the dynamics between us and others and things like that. And at the new moon of this cycle, it was very heavily aspected by Pluto, Saturn and Mars. So for the last 2 weeks, it's probably brought a great deal of intensity and I guess a sense of focus around our relationships, for better and worse. And as we approach the full moon, there's it's going to be conjoined with Uranus, and Uranus is electric and charged and liberating and a bit shaky, and sort of it creates a bit of a polarization between us and others, and us and objectivity around things and that sort of thing. So it is an electric energy. It's tense. It carries a lot of charge. It carries themes around feeling a bit left out or feeling a bit isolated. It creates a bit of uncertainty. All those types of things come with this Uranian energy, and with the full moon right next to Uranus, we've got a really strong field around this type of energy. So it's good to be aware of that, and just allow yourself to discharge and try not to get drawn too much into polarities or opposition, or feel too left out or feel kind of isolated in a way. It really is an energy that's encouraging us to feel a lot more, like with the moon there too, feel a lot more secure within ourselves for who we are and what we are, in spite of the relationships we're in. So this tense period leading up to now could have shown us a lot of the dynamics around us that we might feel that we could better off liberate ourselves from, in a way. And it's a sort of a revolutionary energy in a way, where out of this containment or out of this sort of malign influence that we might be seeing around us, we get this opportunity to actually liberate and reaffirm our individuality and actually stand apart a little bit, so that we can come back into relationships a little bit more liberated and free in who we really are. So it's it's important not to get too caught up in the polarities again, and try and stay a little bit calm and not feel too sort of polarized or left out around things at the moment, and just see it as a really good opportunity to make changes and and feel okay about being a little bit out there on your own and a little bit free and independent. It's, you know, the eccentric archetype is Uranian, so, you know, just being comfortable with exactly who you are and doing what you're doing and finding the right relationships to reflect that is important. Even though you can feel at the beginning you might feel a little bit sort of weird or isolated or left out, that's actually, you know, a good opportunity to reaffirm that you're actually okay with who you are and what you're doing, and your own weird bits are actually the best bits, and we all need those weird bits, kind of thing. So, you know, just watch out for that energy. You know, to summarize it, it can create uncertainty, it can create restlessness, be very hard to relax. We can feel a little bit impatient, and, you know, it's just important not to act too impulsively or, you know, rebelliously or snap around this time. Just be objective and see what's going on, and just keep reassuring yourself that, you know, your perspective and who you are is just as valuable as those around you. So that's important. That's at the full moon, which will carry out over the next 2 weeks, this kind of Uranian energy, but also too, Mercury's retrograding up against Saturn, so it's going to add this little bit of, you know, tightness and hardness and limitation in our communication. So if you combine this urge to, you know, liberate and rebel or revolt against things in the face of an energy that seems containing and seems sort of restrictive and a little bit sort of misunderstanding in its essence, it could lead to a bit of build-up of frustration and irritation and that type of thing. So, you know, just to be aware of that. The key to it really is, this energy is actually not worrying about the polarity. Just back yourself for who you are. Get on with what you're doing. Go with what inspires you. Do what makes you feel great, and just back yourself in that way. It's that type of energy. So the symbol around the new moon too, which I thought was very interesting, is that it's this inner belief in the fruition of cycles. So it's sort of, it's reminding us that we can create an inner sense of fulfillment, and we can create an inner sense of nourishment outside of the rest of the world. So it's sort of creating this fulfilling and nourishing place within us. So it's actually, you know, setting up this dynamic which could possibly make the world around us seem a little bit unpredictable and harsh, but at the same time it sets us up and gives us the opportunity to further individuate and feel a lot more fulfilled in ourselves. But it's just just be careful, slow down a little bit, think before you react, see things for what it is. Concentrate on the details, try not to be too impatient around things, and, you know, if you feel a little bit distant in relationships or a little bit isolated, just see that as an opportunity to come back into yourself and go, well, you know what, I'm okay as who I am, and I'm doing fine with what I'm doing, and just get busy, keep doing what you're doing, be creative. It's very important around this energy, because this is in a way going to set us up to find a stronger, more resilient place within, that is, you know, from where we can create from and be more true to ourselves, and the right relationships will manifest around that new expression. So, you know, I just thought I'd break that down with you. But, you know, happy Beltane, happy Halloween. Hope you have a great week. Enjoy the full moon. Stay chilled. You know, keep flexible, and you know, and be good to yourself. And so, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great week. All the best. See ya.